Hello, Nicole. Hello, Thomas. This is Dimitris calling from Chicago and Metalkaoz. Exciting
Hello.
news we have, right? Exciting news, not news, exciting music we have coming out.
Mhm.
So let me start with Thomas. I will start the other way around, not with the ladies first. So Thomas, you mentioned in a recent interview that you wanted the band to have a heavier sound. Did this happen naturally, or did you plan for that?
It happened naturally. So I never plan anything in advance. Everything always happens naturally for me.
And when did you, Nicole, come into the picture and the music starts taking shape with your voice in mind?
Well, Tuomas contacted me last year in sort of late winter, late spring, and I was receiving the songs throughout the end of the summer, I think. And the recording process was going on all the autumn into the winter. So we were done with all the recording for the album in January, and then coming back to the nerd talk, all the mixing took part, and then we had an album. So it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun, and yeah, progress.
So Thomas, how different was to write music with Nicole's voice in mind?
It wasn't difficult at all.
No, different, not difficult. Different.
It's different. Of course, always different with every singer. But to me, it's kind of the same process always. Because I start with making music, the backing tracks, etc. Then I play the vocal parts with guitar or keyboards. So the process is always the same. And then I send the demo to singer, and she takes over there. She can start writing lyrics and recording first demos.
So, Nicole, how much freedom did you have? Pretend that Thomas is not here. How much freedom did you have writing your own vocal melodies?
Well, no, but I did have quite a bit of freedom. Like, yes and no. Because Tuomas obviously writes the vocal melodies, but if I perhaps wanted to alter it slightly in certain parts, I did have the freedom to do that. So it's a mutual, continuous discussion between me and Tuomas. And then, of course, I could be creative with the backing vocals I added to the songs. So that's really where I felt the most creative, I guess, as well as writing the lyrics. But it's been nice. When you have a song and you're going to sing it, and this is my voice that's going to be on the song, you kind of need to understand this is what I want it to sound like. So yeah, get a vibe for it.
Yes, he had some freedom there. It wasn't like that in the beginning of our band. With our first albums, maybe 4 or 5 first albums, I wrote every note for every player and every note for every singer. So it's changed for those times, and I think it's a good change, because I think we are better now when the band is using everybody's talents.
That's very important for you to say and make such change for this album. And maybe this question is for the both of you. Usually in bands, and especially in metal, when there is a change in the singer, oh my goodness. So first of all, Nicole, did you feel like stepping in something that has an already established identity, or like something new, starting something new, a new chapter maybe?
Again, it's a double-sided answer on this, because in a way I was, but so much has changed in AMBERIAN DAWN now. It's a new era of AMBERIAN DAWN. So at the same time, not really. We're doing a new thing now. So if I was, but perhaps maybe if we were only singing, if I was only singing the old songs, but now that a new album is coming out as well, I feel that it's something that's also part of me. So. not really.
What about you, Tuomas? How do you feel? Do you feel that changing a singer can change the band's identity?
Yes, it can. And we all know it's always a big thing when you are changing singers. And okay, it can be also a good thing. Personally, I like to give Iron Maiden as an example.
Yes.
I think quite many of fans was delighted about Bruce Dickinson coming back to the band. So that was a good change. And this time with us, I think it was also what could say good change, because we are now different and we have new energy and we feel like a new band. So I think it's got a good thing, have new energy and feel like new band.
Right, but small parenthesis here. For Iron Maiden, I think fans were unfair to Blaze Bayley.
Maybe.
Right, and this is where I don't want this to be happening to Nicole, right? Because when you have so many albums with one singer and then change, sometimes the fans, we are too unfair to the new singer.
Well, you are always, you fall in love with the band, but then you can grow to like the new side of the band as well. So I guess it'll take some time to adjust to the new sound as well for some, but the reception has been quite good. So we're super thankful about that as well.
That's great. What about the lyrics, Nicole? Is there a connection between the Flower of Evil, Baudelaire's, right? I won't try the Friends here. Go on.
I am a big fan of poetry. And I love Le Fleur de Mal. I think it's amazing. And I love the vibe. And Tuomas sends me these songs that are quite chaotic. They are heavy and they are speedy and quite chaotic. And I wanted to sort of... What I thought about, the first thing I thought about when listening to this chaotic music is, the chaos that goes on within us, about confusion, who should I be, what do I want, all these things. And it's like you have all these desires that are growing within you that wants to come out, but you are also repressing them because of society. And this is really what the lyrics are mostly about in this album, is this searching for freedom, searching for being who you want to be.
And nowadays it's so difficult, right? With all the social media and all that pressure, it's impossible to find your own identity.
Well, I think if you're an artist, you need to be true to who you are, because that's the only way you will find the real passion for the music, I guess. And also in order to, send that passion to the fans as well. I think a listener can feel if it's lifeless or not. It's good to be honest to what you do.
Tuomas, I like that you released the second single, The Vision of Dreaming. So, and this is, as you described, the lighter song of the album, right? So now makes me think, are you gonna release something like The Moon or Unchained next? I can see
next
Nicole
line is Unchained. Unchained is next. It's not so long anymore, maybe under 2 weeks or something, 10 days, 9 days, I don't know. So it's going to be a new song, a heavier song, and a very cool video. So if you are a fan of video directors like David Lynch, for example, you are going to love the video. Because
David Lynch? David?
No, but if you like the style, because we are big fans of David Lynch's work, so we wanted to give something,
Twin Peaks,
little something like it's something David Lynch kind of thing. Maybe Nicole can.
Yeah, imagine quite a dark, dreamy, almost horror vibe. We're going into almost like a gothic vampiric horror vibe to it, but also very dreamy. It's a lot of elements, very, very red.
So I'm sensing black lodge, white lodge. No, let's not go there, right? About Twin Peaks or...
Let's just say this: it was an adventurous experience to record this video.
Okay. I can see your mind spinning. And why I mentioned those two songs? At the end of Moon, there are some aggressive vocals, almost growling, and then you go to Unchained, and you can hear that it's not just one time. So first of all, who had the idea to introduce this type of vocals?
Maybe it was my idea. We started with the Unchained. For some reason, while I was composing the song, I got strong feeling about the part that this one would really use some growling, and we just tried, and it works great. So once again, quite natural. Didn't need any specific planning. It just happened. And the Moon idea, I think, was just Nicole's own idea to add those.
Yeah. So I was singing, and as I was doing the backing vocals, I was also writing ad libs for the song, and I felt so creative because Moon, it's a big song. There's a lot of elements, a lot of different things happening in the backing vocals, especially in the bridge before the last chorus, etc. I was just when I create my ad libs, I don't like to think about them and just this is how I'm going to sing them. They just have to come out naturally as I'm recording because I'm in my zone. And then I started to scream. I was like, yeah, let's do this. So, yeah.
I don't know. So is this the first time you're doing this type of vocals?
I have been doing this type of vocals in my previous band where we were performing progressive metal.
Mm-hmm.
But I quite enjoy harsh vocals as well. So it's fun that I get to use different vocal techniques within AMBERIAN DAWN.
Yeah, it will be interesting live. Live is art. So Tuomas, there is a part there with the keyboards. And I think I hear some Vangelis, maybe some Jean-Michel Jarre. So can you speak to that part? Because it sounds so, there is a almost sci-fi feeling there. What's going on?
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of Vangelis. I think it's almost too close to Vangelis. It was just something I played with my keyboards. I have those vintage old gear you can see behind me. So I just love the sound. So I think the whole idea was based on the sound, actually. Because sometimes you just need a good sound, which makes you inspired. Sometimes you get going from some short tune or some chord progression. But I think it was just the sound. It was so amazing. So I wanted to use it.
Yeah, almost got some Blade Runner vibes there, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. And it's really beautiful sound.
It is.
I think it's quite near the sound which Vangelis actually used. So you have good ears.
Well, after so many shows, I don't know, man. Maybe I have lost some decibels there. Nicole, so is live art?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm talking about you have that in the title. You say live is art. So what exactly do you mean? That we can shape our life as we can shape art?
No, I think life is art. What we do, what we feel, it can all be interpreted as artistic in a way.
Sure, but how can we shape life with everything that's happening all around us and create art?
Well, now I'm going to be a little bit deep now, but coming back to what I was speaking about before, this thing that if what you feel is genuine and it's a romantic song, it's inspired by an opera, La Traviata. I was reading about this story and finding this, two people wanting to be with each other but they can't, and this romance they have, it's artistic. It's like when it's true, it's art, and that's at least how I feel about it.
Yeah, so maybe you are connecting to Baudelaire, right? Like a flower that comes up from something very harsh, a dry ground, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Also, the flower is also a representation of the fear that it's like it's growing beneath my skin.
Yeah. Although in the lyrics, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no closure. Phantasmagoria ends the album, but it doesn't mean that gives the listener a closure. This is what happened. Everything goes as perfect.
Exactly, because it's constantly evolving. So
okay, so I was trying to see if there is a part 2 coming.
Finish. Well, who knows? Actually, when I write lyrics, it's I write about what I feel in the moment, and again, not trying to think too much, just feel what I want to say, and that's pretty much what comes out. It's like a psychoanalysis almost.
Oh yeah, so, and it's therapy, right? Writing music, and for us, listening to music.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Tuomas, do you see harsher vocal elements like we were just talking about becoming part of the band's identity moving forward? Did you like them?
Interesting idea. It's possible, of course. Now it's possible because she's able to do it. So great. Because it's not, it's not a decent. It's great. It's always have to be great, because good is not enough in our band. It always must be excellent or great. So as she's able to do it so well, so it's possible that those themes might come again. I don't know. I haven't wrote any new songs yet, but I see it's possible.
Nicole, do you? Would you want to expand on this, or maybe use other elements in your voice that we cannot hear right now in the new album?
Well, Tuomas and I, we were speaking about this a long time ago, but maybe adding more like low vocals could be fun. And kind of like imagine Blackmore's Night more towards this kind of more spoken vocals, so like SFX vocals, I think could also be cool. Again, it's like we write about the music needs to be felt in the moment. So if we feel that we want to do this, that's what we're going to do. So
yeah, but at the same time, for
Tuomas right now,
who is writing the music, if he knows that, hey, Nicole can sing this range or can do this and that, I'm sensing that, Tuomas, you can expand, right, your songwriting.
That's true, yeah. I feel I have no limitations, so I can write almost any kind of music now. So it's easier for me now. And we have total freedom to do what we want. Also, we probably have time, so we can make experiments of different kinds. And if something is not working, we can let it go and start with some new idea.
Of course.
So
this is something that I always appreciate this with working with an AMBERIAN DAWN, this thing that we'll try it out, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And if we feel that it's not working, we can always do something else, and that feels very, very good for me because it takes away any anxiety, and it just makes everything more fun and more creative. So yeah, it's good that we can be creative with everything.
What about live now? Nicole, you will have to sing. You will sing the older material. So how are you gonna approach those songs? Are you gonna try to be as close to the original, or bring your voice to those?
Well, I think I will be quite close to the original because the fans of AMBERIAN DAWN, they probably want to hear the songs as they are. But maybe there will be some slight adjustments here and there, just to bring a bit of personal elements into it as well. So, but in general, it's going to be quite close to the original, I'd say.
What do you think, Tuomas? Should the band have Nicole sing as close to the originals, or present them as the sound now?
Yeah, there's many aspects. Basically, she must be singing like she usually does. She must sound like herself. That's the starting point. But of course, if she's singing Hades song or Capri songs, they are probably so different in style, so that they need to be sung in different styles. For example, River of Tuoni, the chorus needs, some classical kind of singing. So I know Nicole can do it, and it actually sounds better if she's singing in classical style, because the song actually needs the style. But then some other song like Valkyries, I think it's going to work better with her standard voice, not classical style. So something Nicole, something else.
Yeah.
So what are the plans for playing live? What do you have coming?
So far, we have only one show coming up. It's going to be in late June here in Finland. And it's going to be our album release show. And after that, we trying to maybe arrange some shows for next year, early 27 shows here in Finland and also in Europe. So we are just now in the booking process, so let's see what's going to happen.
And for this release show, how many songs are you gonna play from the new album?
4.
Yeah, it's not a secret. We can tell.
Okay. I realized, what was that a secret?
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. Usually, my closing question, since I'm in the US, I always ask, when do you see the band crossing the Atlantic? Even though I know how difficult and challenging it has become, still, what are your thoughts about attempting something like that?
Actually, we've been twice on 70,000 tons of metal, which, if I right remember, the cruise departs from Miami.
Right,
So
right. But it's not
been there.
considered in the US. There are some because it's in the sea. So, but go on.
But we are ready to do shows in States. But we just need some promoters there who need to invite us there. So we want to do it, and hopefully it's possible. You have some great festivals there. Something, was it like, what was the name of the festival? Progressive metal, something metal. Do you remember?
Prog Atlanta, right? In Atlanta,
sure.
the progressive festival. You're talking about Prog Atlanta.
Prog metal, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
So we want to do it if it's possible. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, both of you, for this very interesting interview. If I forgot to ask anything, please feel free to add it right now.
It's been lovely talking to you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day, and have a wonderful release show.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.